iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. So let's get to it. We started our podcast previews yesterday. We covered the Arizona Cardinals. Today we do the Atlanta Falcons. And I think this Falcons team, I don't know. I'm at a crossroads with the Falcons. I don't know where I really believe, except I can tell you this. Steve Sarkisian is on the hot seat. Absolutely the hot seat. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this offense performed miserably last year. Miserably. And if they don't get it going on, after you just paid Matty Ryan $150 million, then Sarkisian's going to get fired in the middle of the season. So here's what's going to happen. If the Falcons start like 2-4, 2-5, something like that, they're going to fire Sarkisian, and they're not going to make the playoffs. Because you don't get rid of your offensive coordinator in midseason and things turn out better. Normally it doesn't happen that way. Then a new guy comes in, they try to figure it out. I mean, a little Jim Bob Cooter there, midseason. It's just never great. So this is Sarkisian's year to figure this out. Now let's talk about the aforementioned Matty Ryan, who I find to be particularly annoying in fantasy circles. So in 2015, this guy throws for 4,591 yards and 21 touchdowns. A lot of yards. 2017, close to 4,100 yards and 20 touchdowns. But in 2016, when they go to the Super Bowl, the guy throws for 4,944 yards and 38 touchdowns. 38 is a whopping number. I believe that number is the outlier. I think Matt Ryan is a 20 to 25 touchdown pass quarterback. He's good. He's good. He's not great. He's good. Right? And I think what I like about Matt Ryan is he is very consistent. So let me give you the numbers for him. 321-1, 252-1, 294-2, 242-1, 248-1, 233-1. Here, see what I'm getting there? I'm getting yards, I'm getting touchdowns, but am I getting the big game? He had 4 games of over 300 yards, and one game was in week 17, so that didn't count. He had no weeks with 3 touchdown passes. None. He had 5 weeks with 2. That's not good enough. And when he threw to 294-2, 254-2, 313-2, that was good. 215-2, 195-2. What game are you winning at 215 yards and 2 touchdowns? I can put Mitch Trubisky in there and get better numbers. So I don't dislike Matt Ryan, but he's not great. And if you're paying for the Matt Ryan of 2016, shame on you. You're not seeing that again. You're just not. So I like Matt Ryan, but I don't love me some Matt Ryan. Simple as that. At running back, Devonta Freeman is an exceptional player. He is truly, truly fast. He is great as a receiver. He is elusive. He's got burst. There's nothing I don't like about Devonta Freeman, except, here's the except. And if you watch Beat Shazam, however, right? I just feel the rushing attempts last year, he had 3 games of over 20. 12, 19, 21, 18, 9, 12, 12, 11, 2, 12. And then he had 24 and 22 in weeks 14 and 15. So he might have helped you win a fantasy championship. That's true. But in week 16, he went 11 for 36 and 2 for 20. How's that going to help me? And he didn't catch that many balls out of the backfield either. So I'm just not in. He had 2 games over 100 yards rushing last year. 2. Not that many touchdowns either. I'm not drafting this guy. Here's what I want. I want you to draft Devonta Freeman, not me. But if you're listening to me, I don't want you to draft him either. I want some dude who doesn't listen to me, who doesn't know what he's doing, draft Devonta Freeman before I take my pick in my second round. And then I'm going to be happy. Because I like Freeman, but I don't love him. Like, not love. And I want to love my second round pick. So I'm going to sit there, and one of my drafts, I know I have picked 2. I'm going to pray that everybody in round 2 takes Devonta Freeman before I pick in round 2, because I don't want him. I want you to want him. I want somebody else to want him. I need somebody out there to love him. Is he bad? No, he's really good. And there is potential for more. And I ask yourself this. If Tevin Coleman were to be injured, boom, Devonta Freeman is a top 5 running back. I'll give you that. But if Tevin Coleman plays, he's good, not great. Speaking of Tevin Coleman's in his last year of his contract. And let me tell you something. He is going to get paid. He is going to be somebody's top running back next year. He will not be with the Falcons. Adios, amigos. Have a arrivederci. Au revoir. Have a good life, because he's gone. Now, I believe that the Falcons will use Tevin Coleman this year specifically to help give Devonta Freeman a rest and keep him fresh. And because, look, this is the last year with Coleman. What do you care if you just put some tread on the tires? Don't bother you any. Use them up, send them out. Bye. If I were in a dynasty league and I had the last pick, I would think of the Lance Ito Smith. For all of you who don't know who Lance Ito is, shame on you. He's the judge in the O.J. Simpson trial. All right, Ito Smith, coming from Southern Mississippi, runs a 4.45, has some vertical, catches the ball. He's like Devonta Freeman Jr. So, look, the Falcons were very clever. They pick up Ito to position themselves because when they lose Tevin Coleman, Ito slides right in. Bam, bam, Ito. Smart. Smart. Okay. Julio Jones Roto. The original Roto child. You know I love me some Julio Jones Roto. But there are some slight chinks in the armor. Now, one of my great followers and listeners sends me a DM yesterday. Should I make a trade for Julio Jones? I go, what kind of league? He said standard. I said no. Julio Jones, since 2013, I'm going to give you his touchdowns. 2, 6, 8, 6, 3. That's not good. Now, his yardage is great. 1593, 1871, 1409, 1444. Receptions are good. Where's the touchdowns? Where are the touchdowns? So, you're in a PPR league, I like Julio Jones. You're in a half-point PPR league, I like Julio Jones. You're in a standard league, me no like you, Julio Jones. Me want somebody else, not Julio Jones. I think a guy who's very interesting is Mohamed Sanu. I think Mohamed Sanu is really under the radar. And I don't think he's a great receiver, but in his 2 seasons with Matt Ryan, he's put up close to 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns on 170-something targets. That's pretty good. But I'm just going to throw this. If Julio Jones were to be injured, how good do you think Mohamed Sanu would be? I think he'd be pretty darn good. I do. I think he'd be pretty darn good. I'm just throwing that out there. So I think Mohamed Sanu is a wide receiver 5. But if you wanted to draft him in around 11 or 12 or 13, and look, I never want to pray for an injury. I never believe in that. I think that's kind of disgusting. But if Julio Jones Roto were to get injured, I think Mohamed Sanu would have value. The third receiver on the Falcons is their number 26 overall pick in this year's draft, Calvin Ridley. Big Calvin Ridley fan. Big. Now, he dropped. I don't know why he dropped in the draft. Maybe people thought that he was a little old. Maybe he wasn't so fast. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. DJ Moore was better. I don't know. Scouts get stupid. Let me tell you something. This is a really easy concept. Watch the players on Saturday. The ones who look good are usually good on Sundays. I know I'm going off the charts here with that one. The guys who look good on Saturdays generally look good on Sundays. The guys who do really well at the combine scare me. Oh, his combine numbers. He runs a 4.2 whatever. Do I see John Ross on TV? No. You think Calvin Ridley will be good? Yes. I watched Calvin Ridley play many, many games in the SEC, and he dominated all of them. Played against LSU, Tennessee, A&M. Played against all these guys who were all future pros, and he dominated them. What more do I need to see? So he runs a 4.48 versus a 4.38. Whoop-de-doo. Jerry Rice wasn't that fast either. But then again, he's only the greatest receiver of all time. I never remember Steve Largent winning any 40-yard dash contests. But yeah, I heard he was pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I like Calvin Ridley, but I don't love him this year. I like him, but I don't love him this year. If you're trying to win this year, please don't take Calvin Ridley. I don't think it's going to be good enough. He needs to have an injury. You've got Julio Jones, you've got Sanu, you've got Freeman, you've got Coleman. He's not the first look. He's probably the fifth. And he's a rookie. He's got to learn the route tree, learn the verbiage, figure it out. That's not easy. Okay? In Alabama, you could be physically better and bigger and stronger than everybody and succeed. Can't do that in the NFL. It takes time. All right, at tight end, Austin Hooper made a quantum leap last year, going from 19 receptions in 2016 to 49 in 2017. He is a solid tight end. I don't love him. I think he's solid. I give him 50 catches, 600 yards, 4 or 5 touchdowns. That's what you get. Nothing wrong with that. You're not winning your league with Austin Hooper, but you're not losing your league either. Okay? Let it be said, if I'm in the 12th round and I need a tight end, or 13th round, and Austin Hooper's there, I might look his way. But then when I make the pick, I'm like, I'd much rather Evan Ingram. I'd much rather Jimmy Graham. Austin Hooper ain't special. Kicker's Matt Bryant. Guy's like 100 years old, but he still does a job. He's in a dome with a good offense. Boom, Matt Bryant's a kicker. And defensively, Takaris McKinley, Vic Beasley. This is a fast, aggressive defense. I like fast, aggressive defenses who get sacks. Sacks equal points. Sacks get you turnovers. Sacks lead to touchdowns. That's how it rolls. You know how I roll? I roll on ScoutFantasySports.com. Check me out there with Sean Childs and Adam Ronis. That's where you get the best information. And then when you get that information, you go to PlayFFWC.com. You sign up for Best Ball. You sign up for the online championship. You sign up for the World Championship. Whether it's at the Palms Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas or online, come play one of our leagues. You will be happy that you did. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Back with more tomorrow. This is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!